around, whoever wants to gather around. So, okay, we're here to celebrate the first toilet on Civic Plaza. A couple of things. I want to acknowledge, obviously, the holidays are nearby, and this is meant to be a little bit lighthearted, albeit, obviously, we agree that we need a toilet on Civic Plaza. So I'll talk about a few aspects, and we'll hear from some other folks. But I think first and foremost, even though we want to have a little fun, and the staff keeps putting these signs on here without asking me, but look, we understand that in a sense of toilet humor. But we've needed restrooms and facilities, right, in different places in our city for decades. It's something that we got away from, and it is something that we just want to be clear is for lots of folks. It may be occasionally for somebody experiencing homelessness. Just want to say that's true. It may also be for a family. Having young kids myself, I definitely understand the urgency with respect to little ones and how you need to find a bathroom. And we also understand that, we think in public places, we should have some easy access to a restroom. Civic Plaza is usually restroomed by the convention center, but, the convention center is not always open and so forth. So this is also meant to service this downtown need that's been widely identified of no public restrooms. So this is number 1 of 3. And actually, sorry, this is number 2 of 3. The first one was in Old Town. And so we tested out this very style known as the Portland Loo. And it's excellent for sort of an urban bathroom. And the reason why is all sorts of fun features that designers care about and we need, like ventilation, but also privacy, enough space to have a baby changing board, enough space for utilities like on the back so that it's easy to clean and so forth. So it has all these design elements that make it work. And so in general, as we've seen in Old Town, we're able to keep these clean and we're able to keep them usable, but they also have to be durable. That's why they're 100% metal. And so we know that these work. This is number 2. Which could be an I know. Dang it. Walked right into that one. Number 3 is going to be at the transit center, again, for sort of similar reasons. We don't always have 24/7 an accessible bathroom. And so that's what we're going to now have again at the transit center. And so we also know that we've been doing these at parks. So this is not our first rodeo when it comes to bathrooms. Of course, we added the large bathroom facility at Balloon Fiesta Park, again, built to be durable and last for 20, 30 years. And we've also put these in, I want to say about at least half a dozen parks. I know Domingo Baca, Arroyo del Oso are larger parks. Again, those are drop toilet, they're a different style. But we just acknowledge, we want drinking fountains and restrooms throughout the city in large public places. And Civic Plaza is no exception. So I think with that, we'll just hand it over to our city councilor, also a proponent of restrooms. The Baca Baño.
The Baca Baño, or Tim's Toilet, as I've been hearing it called. So, yeah, big thank you to Director Turner and Mayor and everybody else. Obviously a huge need. But I also think it's, just a symbol of good government, right? It doesn't have to be flashy, it doesn't have to be crazy. Just, your everyday needs are taken care of and you don't even have to think about that. And so I think this is part of that as well. So I just, I'm excited. And I know I was already at the grocery store and let them know, and they're super happy. So can't wait for the next one, because that one will be a really big help for the neighborhood.
You got it. And now our DMD director is going to come up, who's responsible for all of these between her and Parks and Rec. We'll just want to mention taxpayer dollars were not used for this, city taxpayer dollars. This was funded with federal grant money, which is excellent. With more on this, Jennifer Turner.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Counselor. So I have been the mom with 2 kids at the splash pad, desperate for a restroom, running around frantically. And so as Mayor said, I think we're all grateful that parents will finally have a place for their kids to go. But this bathroom is really about more than that. I think we all deserve a private, safe place to use the restroom wherever we are. And so I just want to acknowledge the importance of bringing this downtown. I also want to thank our fabulous design team team at Formative who managed to design it under a federal dollar spending timeline, and so I'm grateful for them. And then also for our contractor partner, Franken Construction, who also helped build this so quickly. And then lastly, I want to thank our partners at Ripe. We really wanted to tie this into the Route 66 theme and make it a little better than just a gray industrial bathroom. I've been to other cities where it's literally like an industrial eyesore, and so I'm proud that Ripe and our Arts and Cultures Department tied this into our Route 66 centennial. So thank you.
All right. And I wanted to see, and Mr. Mayor, this is one of the coolest things I think about this.
New for this edition.
New for this edition. And
You seen this?
this is a hand dryer and warm water.
And it's actually warm. It feels great because it's cold out right now. Ooh, do I have to dry first?
No, you hit the button on the bottom first.
Oh, look at that. Okay. All right, so there we go. It's nice and warm. Ooh, it's actually a little bit hot. And then I can dry, or keep my grip and dry. And those should turn off. There we go.
And then,
It's the best public restroom in the city.
right? And then, for those that want tours of the inside, we can give you a tour of the inside to show you some of the interesting features like the blue lights, the baby changing station, and the drain that makes it super easy to clean.
I had a question about cleaning. Who's going to be responsible for maintaining and how often?
So really quick, what we do with these, it's the same at Old Town, is one of the reasons why we can't have them like everywhere is to make sure we can keep it cleaned and safe. So we want it in places where we already have regular cleaning and staff. So for Civic Plaza, the same team that maintains this grounds, but also even patrols it, because we do patrol public Civic Plaza, they'll maintain this. And so this one is, easy for us to take care of as opposed to one like randomly at a street corner. And so that's one reason why it's here. And it's going to be the same with the transit center.
And then it's connected to like the city waste, so it's like.
Yeah, this is a fully plumbed toilet, unlike the parks ones. And so that also means you can clean like under it and all around it, things like that. Yeah. Anything else?
No, this is a real flushing toilet, and we did have to tie into the utilities within our parking garage. So there's electric and there's full plumbing. And then I guess with everything in the city, if you see an issue with the toilet, we encourage you to call 311.
It's got a skylight too.
Oh, it has. We'll take you.
We'll take you guys inside.